everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the comeback player of the year, Andrew Luck, and the Indianapolis Colts, as they match up with Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the comeback player of the year in 2018. A Pro Bowl quarterback as well a season ago, Andrew Luck.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a first down throw, Luck. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Luck. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Third and long. It's Luck. Ebron with it over the middle. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
44. Bravo. Let's go.
Roethlisberger will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That one good for 24 yards. You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October of 2014. The numbers from that, gosh, video game-like, 522 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 51-34 Steeler win in Pittsburgh. On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Jack 16. He's coming.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 5.
The nation of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Start! 180. Check 53. I smell fear in that offense. Focus. Beat these two.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Fresno.
On 2nd and goal, Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play.
5. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here's Luck. Caught left side by Funchess. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn into...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Luck. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, we've got a good AFC battle in Baltimore. The Super Bowl champs, New England, in town to take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Showing that. Showing that. Switch. 41.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Easy. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Roethlisberger. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Buying time to now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Colts pick it up. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Luck. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Luck. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
You don't want it. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Slam, slam. Take both of them. SOS, 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 SOS.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Roethlisberger going deep to the end zone for Juju. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Just like that. Check safety, check safety. 22, 44. 41's coming, 41's hey, Alpha.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts' 12-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Roethlisberger now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but it'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
3 buzz.
Go, go.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
Hey, alert.
Check. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Take both of them.
Check 24, check 24.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have 2 touchdown catches. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Shoot. Whip. Watch the whip.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Logan. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
That's what I do. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41.
Nicholas, 66.
Rap.
Quarter.
Tighten up. Check 3.
They run again with Logan. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Roethlisberger. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. This is Logan. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's get off the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Hey, 41's Mike.
Well, he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on to 2nd and 11 now. Luck, and he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. On first down, Luck to the right side to Eric Ebron. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The throw by Luck complete to his tight end, Ebron. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Luck throwing again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing is Luck. Under pressure, they got him again. Devin Bush able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Throwing on third down, Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. A gain of 6 there on first.
Yo, trip is here, baby. Yo, trip is here.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 16 yards, a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
That's the way you make the spin.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but she's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This is fielded at the 27. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
Double bump. 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? Hey, check.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's McDonald. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Save. No. Off.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Pittsburgh, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to